What's good? What is up, HBCU family? It's your girl, Destiny Kerr, a senior public health major hailing from the Show Me State herself. Currently in attendance at the illustrious Xavier University, the top sixth HBCU. Today we have here the impact herself. Not only does she work to foster food secure ecosystems, but is a recipient of Beyonce's 2023-24 Bay Good Foundation grant. An HBCU alumni she is. Joining us today, we have here Miss Ivy Lawrence Walls. How we doing? How are we feeling today?
Hello. It's feeling good. It's Tuesday. It's beautiful outside.
Yes.
It's a good day.
Yes, definitely. So, before we begin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, my name is Ivy. I am a graduate of Prairie A&M University here in Houston, Texas. I am a farmer, an entrepreneur, and a believer in all things growing our community.
Yes, I hear it. Okay. So, what made you choose Prairie View?
Honestly, I was not going to go to Prairie View. I was going to go to a school called Texas State because everybody in my class went to Texas State. I went to a predominantly white high school, so they weren't pushing HBCUs. But my sister went to Prairie View, my mom went to Fisk and Howard, my brother went to Texas Southern, and I was like, I can't not break the family tradition about going to a HBCU. So I went to Prairie View for my the first day I went to Prairie View was actually like the admissions day. And I was like, oh, this is home. And so I fell in love with Prairie View. So I wish I had this long story, but it was really, I kind of just fell into loving my HBCU.
Most definitely. So, tell us a little bit about your time at PV from freshman year to, sophomore year, junior, and senior year.
Yeah, so my freshman year, I actually ran track at Prairie View. I
Okay.
was I was not that good. So as soon as I figured out what student leadership was, I
Mhm.
was like, oh, I'm going to become a student leader. So sophomore year, I did the Alpha pageant, and junior year, I did the Miss Prairie View pageant, and I became Miss Prairie View my senior year. And so with that, I had a platform of legacy, leaving everlasting gifts of art and culture for the years, and I really found
Mhm.
a love for creating programming, creating community, um, and everything at Prairie View was fun. So there's a lot of organizations that I was involved in.
Mhm.
Started our own arts club. We took pictures. Just had a good time. I would say I had a real good time on the hill.
Yeah. So hold on, because now we got Miss PV on here, not too much. Okay, we got Miss PV herself on here too. So, how did your years being at your university shape you into your career today?
Honestly, all of them. I believe the biggest part about attending school is the network that you create. So
Hmm.
I met my wife, I met my current business partner, and just friends. Like I'm godmothers to my friends' children. I would say like the family that I built was like the biggest part. Uh,
Hmm.
as well as like the university has supported back. Prairie View has a large agriculture program, and inside of the School of Agriculture, we've had students come back to the farm. Just there's a plethora of opportunities on campus that have allowed for me to be who I am today. I mean, they're always looking to support fellow graduates.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit because I'm somebody who actually, knows a little bit, but how is that agriculture program at PV?
So there is a 300-acre farm on campus.
Mhm.
There's goat processing, there's a meat processing facility, grow fields. We have one of the largest farms owned by a university in the state of Texas. I personally wasn't actually an agriculture major. I was a biology major and fell in love with
Mm.
agriculture. But the agriculture kids, they were cool. They got to ride tractors. You would see them, they wear their boots. People ride horses. But we have a large farm on our campus, and we're a land
Mm.
institution. So we are fully funded agriculture program. I wish I was an agriculture major. They had lots of scholarships. There's so many scholarships in the agriculture department. Um, so definitely.
Yeah. So before working in agriculture and starting your own business, you were a nurse with the CDC. So what made you change careers?
So I wasn't actually a nurse. I just worked. Commonly, the position that I was in was held by nurses,
Okay.
but fortunately, I had enough skills because I came from the CDC that I was able to work in the hospital in that position. Um,
Hmm.
and so, during the pandemic, you know. you think that you're ready to put on that white suit and run into the room and be like, I'm gonna save the day. But until you really have to put that white suit on and you're running into patients' rooms, you're teaching nurses, how to put on their proper PPE. You don't know if it's, in the air, on the ground, if you touch somebody. So it was really interesting. But it became quite stressful, right? Like, so I went back to the farm. I went back to what made me feel comfortable. I went back
Right.
to the place that felt like home, the place that was safe. Because
Mhm.
I never had, everybody went to go work from home. I had to stay at the hospital, and we were on call
Mhm.
24/7 because we didn't know what was going on. So um, by August, the world shut down in March, but we
Right.
had been working on it since like November of 2019. Like, it's called COVID-19. It's not COVID-20. We were working on it well into 2019. So
Mhm.
by August of 2020, I was burnt out, and so I went back home to the farm.
Yeah. 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 So, in regards to your experience on Revolve's Bet on Black competition, so we know that you did that. Where you won the $22,000 grant. How was that? Tell us about that experience. That's big.
Definitely. So Revolt, our episode appears on YouTube
Mhm.
tonight, and we had a really great time. I had never been on TV before like that. You're shooting, meeting all the producers, and it was like a Black-owned set. Like, to see all of the beautiful Black creators, to be alongside the other businesses, and my business partner Jeremy. We really got on that stage and really showed the world what agriculture is.
Right.
And so to win a grand prize as such has really led us to work on our expansion plan. We're really trying to expand what we're doing so that we can get into other communities, because this is not a need that is just um, for uh, Houston. There are
Mhm.
food insecure communities across America. And so
Right.
doing the show was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. They flew us out to Atlanta. It's my first time having concierge car. That they book your flight for you. They feed
Mhm.
you. They drive you everywhere. It was real nice.
Okay, okay. I know that's right. Experience, experience, experience. Yes. So you are a winner of Beyonce's Baked Good Foundation grant. So, with that being said, tell us how that came about. Tell us how it's impacted your business. Because that's big. That's even bigger. Like, that's big on big on big.
Definitely. So that same August 2020 that I was talking about,
Mhm.
I had got burnt out. Like, I wrote a resignation letter, and I was like, I'm going to quit on August 17th. I'm not going to be in this job no more. I'm going to work on this farm. I'm going to sell plants. I'm going to do whatever I can to not be at this job anymore. And
Mhm.
so they had me bent on August 3rd. So I slid in that resignation letter. And then on August 17th, happened to be the day that I was my first day not working. And so I got a call, and the first call that I got was, "Hey, do you know you're on Beyonce.com? You just won the Be Good grant for $10,000." And so I'm still laying in bed like, how am I gonna pay this mortgage? What I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
And so I won the grant, and on that same day, I was on the news, and I was on the news 3 times that week on 3 different news stations, and it really allowed for me to not only like make it credible what I was
Mhm.
doing, but it was finance, and I really appreciate Beyonce and the NAACP for putting that grant together, because not only is it like you get the marketing and the push, but they put their money behind it, and that money allowed for me to expand our fields and really to expand the work that I'm doing here in Houston.
Yeah, yeah. So, what is some advice you would give to somebody who maybe, was in your shoes in terms of changing careers, was burnt out? What would you tell them?
I would say go back to your happiest point, wherever you were when you were your happiest, and dive into those skills that you've learned since that moment, and really hone in and really become, um, like, for me, an example. My happiest moment was when I was on the farm as a kid, playing with my brother, like, dirty, wearing whatever, having a good time, and I went
Mhm.
back to that. And
Yeah.
my purpose and my passion, crossed, and I was able to use the skills that I learned as Miss Prairie about putting together a campaign and marketing and putting together how to get people involved and building community. So I would say go back to that point and really look in at the skills that you have, because
Mhm.
all you have to do is stand in your purpose. Purpose is easy to find. It's not something you have to go seek.
Yes, yes. So, as of right now, what are some other projects that you have upcoming, and how can we, as an HBCU platform, support you?
Definitely. So we have I Believe Farms, which is my farm located here in Houston. We have Black Farmer Box, which is a farm fresh produce box that can be ordered, and you can check that out and follow us on Instagram with that. We have Fresh House Grocery located here in Houston, Texas, and it's a small grocery store where you can come get your fresh goods. So anybody looking for greens this week, coming up for the holidays, come check us out. We have farm fresh greens, and then we have a restaurant as well called Coogee Kitchen. At Coogee is a Caribbean inspired coffee house. So then you can come get some coffee, get on the Wi-Fi and take a few meetings. So that's how you can support me here in Houston. And overall, you can follow me on Instagram at I Believe Farms, and check out what we're growing, and ask me any questions in my DMs about what you're growing. Cause I really love getting those messages about what's wrong with my tomato plant. So if you have anything wrong with your garden, just DM me on I Believe Farms and we can chat about it.
Yes, yes. Look, you might be getting a DM from my Duchess. My Duchess, she right now is trying to grow watermelon and etc. So you might get a DM from her. But thank you so much for coming on. It was great having you. I know for me, I'm definitely gonna go and follow you right now. So yes, thank you so much. We are forever grateful for everything that you have done. And again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Have a good one. Thank you.
Like what you hear?
Yeah.
Subscribe to HBCU Pulse Radio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, head to hbcupulse.com to stay up to date on what's going on in the HBCU community. Thank you for listening to HBCU Pulse Radio.